Good evening, and welcome to Night 2 of the Race for Life Donnie Ray Crawford Memorial.
Kaiser Wheels are some of the nicest and dependable wheels on the market today. Located in Orange City, Iowa, Kaiser Wheels are dedicated to giving you the most for your hard-earned dollar. Kaiser Wheels are used by some of today's top racers.
Hey, this is Hunter Schoenberg.
Hi, this is Brian Clausen.
This is Shane Cottle.
I love my Kaiser Wheels. Be wiser, buy Kaiser.
For more, visit KaiserWheels.com or call 712-737-3053. Kaiser Wheels, we expect the results you dream about.
Sawyer Chassis out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma is one of the leaders in manufacturing and producing microsprints for customers all over the nation, having accumulated over 130 wins already in 2012, most recently a top 5 sweep at the Mike Phillips 66 Memorial. Sawyer Chassis clearly has the advantage over the competition. You can visit us online at www.sawyerchassis.com.
Yeah! Sawyer Chassis all the way, baby!
Trust what works. Trust the unparalleled performance of a Sawyer Chassis.
Night number 2 saw 106 cars in action at Port City Raceway, with the junior sprints joining the show tonight. Blake Battles started off the show showing he was the car to beat tonight, taking wins in his heat and qualifier. The other two heat race winners were Hank Davis and Cale Drake. The other qualifier winners would be Jacob D. Nail and Cannon McIntosh. The next class in competition was the A class. Jordan Herman would be the car to watch as he took both the heat race and qualifier wins. Other heat winners included Chad Bell and Chase Rohrbach. The remaining two qualifier winners were Chris Andrews and Harley White. The third class to hit the track tonight was the restricted class. Wes Little would take the wins in both his heat and qualifier, leaving the other heat wins to Taylor Reimer and Trenton Jackson. The other two qualifying races went to Nathan Weida and Race Bowen. In the non-wing class, Chris Cochran was hooked up early as he would go on to win his heat and his qualifier. Sean Wicker, Ty Holsey, and Cade Cowles would take the heat wins, while Steven Shabester, Jake Rosario, and Randy Crowder would win the remaining qualifying races in this class. Last on the track for their qualifying races was the Outlaw class. There were 6 different winners and 6 qualifying races for this class. Delaney Jost, Kevin Bear, and Harley White would take the heat race wins, and Drew Schuley, Kyle Keeler, and Scott Sawyer would win the 3 qualifying races. After all the qualifying races were completed, it was time for the B features. The top 4 drivers from each B feature would transfer to the A feature for night number 2. The first B feature on track would be the A class. Joshua Marcham, Chris Martin, Stephen Kerbo, and Chad Bell would be the top 4 to transfer. Next was the non-wing B feature. Devin Huff, Carly K. Dobson, Jason Shulin, and Joshua Marcham would transfer to the A feature from this race, finishing in the top 4 position. The final B feature to hit the track tonight was for the Outlaw class. Chase Rohrbach, Curtis Jones, Harlan Halsey, and Kevin Bear would be the final cars to transfer to the A main feature for the Outlaw class. Now it was time for the A features. Like night 1, the top 8 drivers will lock themselves into Saturday night's feature. The top 8 already locked in from Thursday night will start on the inside row, and the top 8 from tonight will start on the outside row of the A main Saturday. The first A feature of the night was for the junior sprint class. Blake Battles and Jacob D. Nail would bring the 17-car field to the green flag. Battles would lead the 08 car of McIntosh into lap traffic on lap 8. Lap 10, McIntosh would pass Battles at the line, but would get into a lap car off of turn 2, which would bring out the yellow flag and result in the field reverting to the last lap complete, which would give the lead back to Battles. Battles would lead the field to the green, but the caution would fly early before they could even get a lap complete. In the final restart, Battles would pull away and not be challenged and go on and take the victory in the junior sprint class. Every car will qualify to run Saturday night's A feature. The top 5 finishers were Blake Battles, Cannon McIntosh, Hank Davis, Ryan Hunt, and Dylan Ring. The next race would be the A-Class A feature. Jordan Herman and Chris Cochran would lead the 16-car field to the green flag. Cochran would take the lead early, but on lap 1, Harley White would slow on the backstretch and bring out an early yellow flag. On the restart, Cochran leads Herman, Chris Andrews, and Harlan Holsey to the starter green flag until lap 7, when the yellow would fly again, this time for the 47 car of Austin Helt. Lined up again for another restart, the top 4 is the same, and once back to green, Cochran would get out to a healthy lead. Andrews would make his bid for second place on lap 11, but on lap 13, Herman would drive wheel to wheel with Andrews for that second spot back. Lap 20, the leaders were in lap traffic and Herman has caught the leader. Off of turn 4, Cochran would bang the right rear off the wall, allowing Herman to take over the lead. On lap 23, Andrews would try a 3-wide move with Herman and a lap car for the lead, but Herman would shoot a small gap entering turn 3 and keep the top spot. The yellow would again fly on lap 25. On the final restart, Herman would have the lap car of Kerbo as a cushion between he and Andrews, which would prove to be all he needed to go take the checkered flag. The top 8 drivers for Saturday night's A feature were Jordan Herman, Chris Andrews, Harlan Holsey, Chris Cochran, Jason McDougall in 5th, Cody Cordell, Ryan Ratliff, and the final driver to lock in 8th place, Garrett Jennings. The third A feature of the night would be for the restricted class. Race Bowen and Cole Lambert would sit on the front row. Bowen would take the early lead, but Lambert would take the lead from him quickly, and almost right after he did, the yellow would fly for the 18 of Mason McGuire and the 3S of Stephen Smith. On the restart, Cole Lambert would bring them to the green. On lap 2, Austin Lambert would take the second position from Bowen until lap 4, when the caution would fly for the spun car of Kenzie Ramey. Lined up for the next restart, Cole Lambert led Austin Lambert and Race Bowen off into turns 1 and 2. Austin would come off the corner sideways and collect Austin Shores and Bowen, causing Bowen to flip. On the next restart now, still Lambert 1 and 2, and Taylor Reimer would now join the fight in the 4th spot. On lap 12, lap traffic would come into play for the Lamberts. However, Cole was able to drive through it effectively to keep the lead until another yellow would fly on lap 15. The final restart, Cole Lambert would go on to lead every lap to take the win with very little challenge from Austin. The top 8 drivers locked into Saturday night's A feature are Cole Lambert, Austin Shores, Taylor Reimer, Nathan Weida in 5th, Austin Crowder, Tyler Van Diver, and Kenzie Ramey in 8th. The second to last A feature would be for the non-wing class. The top 12 in points and the top 4 B finishers would be led to the green flag by Jason Schulin and Steven Shabester. The green flag would fly and Schulin would cross the line just ahead of Shabester to lead lap 1, throwing a nice slider on Shabester, who entered on the high side. Off of turn 2, Randy Crowder would knock at Shabester's inside, joining the fight, but Shabester would take the lead on lap 2. They would battle until lap 4, when a few cars in the middle of the pack attempted to go 4 wide through turns 1 and 2, with Jake Rosario's front end getting clipped, and the 2 car of Ronnie James, which would break his right rear off and bring out a yellow. On the restart, Shabester led Crowder and Cochran to the green. He would have a small cushion as Cochran began trying to work over Crowder on the high side on the next lap. On lap 7, the red flag would fly for the flipped car of Carly K. Dobson. On the final restart, Shabester leads Crowder and Cochran to the green again and would use the bottom to just drive away, leaving Crowder and Cochran to fight it out for the second spot. The top 8 drivers locked into Saturday night's A feature are Steven Shabester, Chris Cochran, Randy Crowder, Jeffrey Newell, Cade Cowles in 5th, Randy Wagnon Jr., Joey Baker, and Jason Schulin in the 8th spot. It was time for the final A feature of the night, the Outlaw feature. Drew Schuley and Scott Sawyer would lead the 16-car field to the green flag. Schuley would jump out to the early lead, followed by Sawyer in second, but the yellow would fly on lap 1 for the spun car of Delaney Jost. On the restart, Schulin led Sawyer, Kevin Bear, and Harley White to the green, but the yellow would fly again before they could complete a lap. On the next restart, Schulin pulled out to a small lead, but within 3 laps, Sawyer and Bear were there to start a 3-car battle for the lead. Sawyer up top, Schulin on the bottom, and Bear switching lanes with whoever got a run off the last corner, just looking for an opening. This battle lasted about 3 laps until the 59 car of Billy Lawhead would spin, bringing out another yellow. On the next restart, Schulin would lead Sawyer off at 2 and down the backstretch. The 22 car of Curtis Jones would take over the 4th spot from Harley White, joining the battle for the lead. Off turn 4, Scott Sawyer would tuck under Schulin at the line, bang wheels, and take the lead into turn 1 on lap 9. On lap 10, Bear would get by Schulin at the line, and off of turn 2, now Jones would have a run on both Schulin and Bear and take both spots, moving into second place. On lap 11, the yellow would fly for the spun car of Harley White. Sawyer would lead the field to the green, but the yellow would come back out a lap later for Schulin, who would spin in turn 1. The final restart now, and Sawyer still leads Jones and Bear. He would go unchallenged and easily take the 29 car to victory lane over Curtis Jones and Harlan Holsey, who would pass Kevin Bear for the 3rd spot late in the race. Those top 4 drivers are locked into Saturday night's A feature for the Outlaw class, along with the 5th place finisher Frank Flood, 6th Steven Shabester, 7th Harley White, and the final driver locking in, the 59 of Billy Lawhead. With all of this racing action complete, we have 2 nights down and 1 more left. Saturday night's action will start with the 3 C features. The A class, the non-wing class, and the Outlaw class will all run a C feature. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage so far of the 2012 Race for Life Donnie Ray Crawford Memorial Race. Again, we'd like to thank Kaiser Wheels, Sawyer Chassis, and everyone at Port City for supporting us and having us join them in such a great race and an even greater cause. We hope to see you all for the final installment of On the Scene from Night 3 of the 2012 Race for Life.